Do you believe in miracles? Well, you should, because a lot of miracles happen on my 600-pound life. Patients come to Dr. Mo and he helps them make some of the most amazing miracles you could ever see. These are moments when miracles happen on my 600-pound life. This is Angel's story. Angel is at a breaking point, and what scares her the most is that her son might grow up without a mother because she won't take care of her body. She is 42 years old, and she is just a few numbers from being 600 pounds. She hates her life because she feels like she is helpless every day. Can Dr. Now save her? Let's find out. This is how her story begins.
I'm at a breaking point, and my son's gonna grow up without a mom because I wouldn't take charge.
I am living a nightmare. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe she just said that she sees herself as an oversized whale. That's just so sad. Angel hates the fact that she can't do anything for herself because she has become so fat. The good part is that she is not alone. Her boyfriend helps her with the basic things that she finds difficulty in doing.
I don't feel like who I'm supposed to be, but I am a human being, and I used to feel beautiful.
When I was really young, I didn't struggle with my weight.
That would have broken her into a million pieces and left her with so much sadness. When Angel was much younger, she was not big in any way. All that changed when she got pregnant at the age of 14. Her mother gave her two choices. Either she kept the baby and never came back to the house, or she gave up the child for adoption and she could come back home.
I turned to food for comfort, and that's when I started gaining the weight.
Now I just mostly stay in bed and my boyfriend Donnie takes care of me.
What are you doing, Donnie?
Making breakfast.
You can tell that he misses the good old days, even when his wife was such a happy woman, filled with smiles all over her face. He says that when he met her, he didn't really care about how much she weighed. He fell in love with her personality, and that's all that mattered to him. Now he just wishes that things would go back to the way they used to be.
Just any kind of food. My willpower is just gone, and the food wins. And then I feel guilty later. It's the same cycle over and over.
I have to break free from food.
That's not good at all. Her boyfriend says that Angel does not have an on or off switch when it comes to food. She is always eating. He even says that if he were to weigh the amount of food she consumes a day in pounds, it would be between 10 to 12 pounds every day. That's a lot of food. She really needs to start thinking of seeing Dr. Now.
But Mama's tired. She had a long day. Do you want to give me a hug and kiss? I am not who I'm supposed to be for Andrew. I love you, Andrew. My son wants me to be able to go everywhere with him, do everything with him. Don't come home with no broken bone.
Wow, you already know that breaks Angel's heart. Angel's boyfriend says that their son is very much aware of how much his mother weighs and how it affects him. Most times their son feels sad because he doesn't get to play with his mother as much as he would want to. He might not say it, but Angel's boyfriend sees it in his behavior anytime they go out to play.
Mom, because I wouldn't take charge.
This isn't what I signed up for. I feel like a single dad all the time.
Come on.
She's here, but not really. I just feel like she just quit on me.
Looks like Angel is finally ready to stop letting food win over her. Her boyfriend says that if Angel does not start to get better and take charge of her eating habit, he might have to take their son and move on. This is Angel's nightmare because losing her boyfriend and her son is going to be very devastating.
I'm very, very scared, but I am ready. I've got to make a change in my life. We're on the way to the doctor's office.
Angel and her boyfriend are finally at the hospital. Angel decided it was time for her to take charge of her life, so she made the choice to head down to the hospital and see Dr. Now. Now she is worried that the doc might see her condition and he might not be able to help her. Well, let's see how much she weighs.
The possibility that the doctor may think I'm too far gone.
And it's been a long time since I've been on a scale. I don't know what to expect.
You can see her facial expression. Those numbers were not what she was expecting to see. Angel has not stepped on a scale in a very long time. She finally does, and the scales read that she is 570 pounds. Now she is hoping and praying that her weight is not too big for surgery. I think we'd leave Dr. Now to be the judge of that.
Get you back on the track. We need to put you into diet so he's not going to have to buy you all this stuff. There'll be no soda for you to drink. There's no juice, no candy, no potatoes.
Now let me get this straight. As far as juices,
Looks like everyone has a role to play in Angel's weight loss journey. The doc wants her to lose 50 pounds within the next month before he considers her for weight loss surgery. He also tells her boyfriend that he needs to stop enabling her bad eating habit and help her focus on the diet. Well, the ball is in her court. Let's see if Angel has what it takes.
This past month has been one of the hardest of my life, and I've been trying to resist temptation. I'm determined to do this. It's just a lot harder than I thought.
I am actually very impressed. Angel has been able to cut down the amount of food she consumes in a day. Her biggest motivation right now is her son. She doesn't want her son to grow up with a different mother, so she is willing to do everything within her power to make sure she gets her weight loss surgery.
are you getting a little nervous? Not good.
I feel pretty confident that I've done real well over the past couple months.
Parrish?
But I have to have lost at least 50 pounds to qualify for the surgery. My life depends on this weigh-in.
Wow, that is so incredible. Even Angel can't believe that she was able to lose that much weight. It's impressive to see that she lost so much weight. The doc wanted her to lose 50 pounds, and she has been able to lose more than 100 pounds. There's no way she won't be approved for weight loss surgery.
Past couple months. It's not uncommon for somebody this large to lose 100 to 200 pounds in a short period of time because it takes a lot of calories to maintain such excessive weight.
Yay! Angel was approved for weight loss surgery. That didn't come as a shock. She lost so much weight in such a short time, and that made the doc very impressed. Now, Angel is ready to have her surgery done. Once that happens, she can go on to be the best mother to her son and an amazing partner to her boyfriend. I'm not going to lie. It's amazing to see how far she has come.
Angel's operation didn't turn out like I expected. It turned out to be a lot more adhesion and scar tissue in the abdomen that caused a lot of problems.
Now that is something I was not expecting to happen. Seems like Angel might not be in the clear just yet. Her surgery had some complications, and the doc was not able to continue with the surgery. She had so much scar tissue that prevented the surgery from being successful. The doc says that he wants her to heal properly before he attempts the surgery again.
It was my last chance to save my family, and I feel like I'm losing it.
Are you ready for school?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be my new start.
Hey.
That is so sad. Angel feels so terrible right now. She thought her life would have changed and she would have had a new beginning, but sadly, that's not the case. The fact that she didn't get the surgery done broke her, and now she's just struggling to take a day at a time. I just pray that whites still have some hope left for her to get the surgery done.
Take deep breaths here.
I might as well not wake up.
Today we're gonna try to do bypass on Angel. Last time we had to encounter some difficulty with scar tissue.
That sounds very scary. Dr. Now is about to perform the surgery for the last time. He is skeptical and afraid that if things go wrong and Angel has another complication during the surgery, she might not be able to have weight loss surgery ever again. Fingers crossed. Let's see if she makes it out in good condition.
When I lost all the weight to get the bypass, I pretty much did it by starving myself. I didn't focus much on being more active. So it's still hard for me to move around and walk.
This is Dominic's story. Imagine weighing so much and being homeless at the same time. Well, that's Dominic's situation. He is just 37 years old and he weighs more than 600 pounds. He never imagined that his life would be what it is now. He and his brother live in his vehicle, and trust me when I say that it is nothing to write home about. Let's see if the doc can save Dominic. This is how his story begins.
Because of how I struggle now to fit places and do things. I was just, all right, a little painful. My hip kept on bothering me. I had to readjust.
Wow, this is no way to live at all. Dominic is always on the lookout for the police because they could come at any time and tell him that he can no longer stay where he parked his van due to the fact that he is homeless. He gets to have his bath once in a while, and that's when he has enough money to book a room.
And be there to help me get through whatever it is I need. So without food, I don't know how I would get through my day. And if I could afford it, just never stop eating. But me and James are on a fixed income.
Shoo. I still find it hard to believe that this is how Dominic and his brother live their lives. It's heartbreaking to see them suffer so much. The sad part about all of this is the fact that the only thing that keeps them going is the very same thing that is killing them. Without food, Dominic can't function, and he eats at least 5 times a day.
Moving through the world feels like I'm carrying an invisible boulder around my neck always, but it's my body, my weight.
Having his bath is another struggle. Dominic only gets to have his bath once a week, or sometimes once in 2 weeks. He struggles to clean his body properly because he doesn't know the next time he might have enough money to take a shower. Sometimes his brother helps him scrub places on his body that he can't. He hates asking his brother for help.
Stresses me because this isn't the life I thought I'd have. It's not a life anyone sets out to have in any way. My size has always been an issue for me because growing up, me and my whole family loved to eat.
I think we're starting to understand how his food addiction came about. Right from when he was a child, Dominic always struggled with food because food was a big deal in his home. Food was how they showed love in his family, and he would sometimes sneak some food into his room so he could have more food for himself.
I had a great childhood. We didn't want for anything. But when my dad left, that's when the trouble started.
After that, my parents got divorced, and I only saw my dad on weekends. I was overweight, but nothing crazy.
Looks like their dad just didn't care about them anymore. The real issue that made Dominic run to food was when his parents got divorced and he stopped seeing and hearing from his dad. It broke him so bad, and the only way he could cope was to wallow in food. Food was the only thing that didn't make him think about the situation with his parents.
And when she couldn't be home with us, there were times when I had to go stay at a family member's house. The family member that started to abuse me.
Man, that had to have been awful, as if his parents splitting was not enough. Dominic says that when his mom could not make it back to the house after work, he would go to stay with a family member, and anytime he went there, he was sexually abused. He kept it a secret from his mom because he thought he would get into trouble if he did say something about it.
And that lasted almost 8 years where we did that. But as I got into my 30s, my brother needed more help to take care of, so we all moved in with our grandmother so she could help too.
At this point, you really can't blame Dominic for making food his best friend. He and his brother have been through so much. From when he was a kid till this day, it's been one traumatic experience after the next. The only person he cared about the most passed away, and that just shattered his world. He has shut everyone except his brother out, and he eats whenever he wants to feel some form of happiness.
After my mom died, nobody was paying any bills, so the house was sold by the county.
Losing that house left me and James homeless, so we didn't have any choice other.
Dominic should really start to think of seeing Dr. Now. He feels like a burden to his brother because his brother has to get jobs so they can survive, and on top of that, he still has to take care of him since he can't do anything for himself. I'm just happy that he has someone who is willing to be by his side given his current condition.
You have to.
Hopefully this doctor in Houston will be able to help me.
Maybe that'll be the difference.
That was so sweet. Gina is the only family they have left. Dominic didn't have enough money to go down to Houston, so his cousin came to give him some cash and tell him that he really needs to work on himself and start to do things that would make his health better. Now he has enough money and is about to make the trip to Houston to see Dr. Now.
For my first appointment with Dr. Now, and I'm very nervous, since everything in my life is essentially depending on how this goes.
Well, that was a little disappointing. Dominic made it to Houston, and trust me when I say it was no easy ride. He has not been on the scale in years because there was no scale big enough to check his weight. He hoped that he was not close to 700 pounds, but sadly, the scale had bad news for him. Now let's see if Dr. Now is going to put him on the weight loss program.
So let's get you to a homeless shelter, or we'll see about public housing, because you may be qualified for some assistance. We'll have to get a social worker to work with you and see what we can do.
Looks like his brother does not also have a choice but to start eating healthy. Dr. Now tells Dominic that he is going to see what he can do about his living condition. He also says that he wants Dominic to start eating healthy because his health is starting to get really bad and he might not be around for much longer. If he loves himself, he needs to do better with his eating.
Don't try is going to be harder. So there is no magic fix for you. And what I want to see from you, Dominic, is in 2 months, I want you to lose 60 pounds, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So this is going to be a very easy goal.
The ball is in their court now. Dr. Now puts Dominic on a diet that's going to allow him to lose some weight. He wants Dominic to lose at least 60 pounds before his next appointment. He also wants his brother to be on the same page, and that involves him eating healthy and also losing some weight. Well, let's see if they both got this and they would help each other in this weight loss journey.
But I'm still also really nervous because so much kind of depends on that number that comes up. So my only fear is if I did fail, because if that happens, I'm going to be devastated.
I mean, it's some progress, but it's still not what the doc wanted him to lose. Dominic has cut down on the amount of food he eats and how many times he does that in a day. But he still has not been able to meet the goal that the doc wanted him to get to. Let's hope Dr. Now is at least impressed with the little progress he has made.
So
Okay.
from now on, it's all your diet.
All right, well, good. What about work? Have you tried to find work? Because the job market is so good in here, you can find job.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, by the end of the week, I expect to be working.
Well, that went pretty well. Better than I expected, actually. Dominic told the doc that he has not found a place, and that's what's making it difficult for him to lose enough weight. The doc then gives him the same goals and also tells him that he is going to go to psychotherapy to help him deal with the issues that make him see food as the solution to his problems.
Have more of your own life.
Yeah.
You guys really do deserve each to have your own life. What about other family goals? What about your dad?
Looks like therapy was not a bad idea at all. Dominic had so much to talk about with the therapist. He spoke about his sexual abuse and how his father's absence and mother's death broke him into pieces that he couldn't seem to pick up by himself. Well, let's hope this was enough motivation to get back on track and lose the weight he needs to lose.
I'm back at Dr. Now's for my appointment to see if I made my goal this time. And this is my second chance to do this. So I'm really hoping and praying I made it this time. At my last appointment, I was at 650.
What is going on? Even I don't understand that. Dominic has followed the diet and has been able to get an apartment. The doc wanted him to lose another 60 pounds, and sadly, he has not been able to do that. Even after psychotherapy, all he was able to lose was 31 pounds. Phew, I don't even know what to see. Let's see what Dr. Now thinks about his progress so far.
Do you all eat together?
Yeah, we usually eat together, but he has lunch, so I don't have that meal with him. But yeah, and he's been very supportive.
Well,
trying to get it.
if that's accurate, then that's another positive thing.
We did see that coming. Dr. Now tells Dominic that he is disappointed with the progress he has made so far. He gives him a new goal and tells him to lose weight within the next month. His goal this time around is 40 pounds. If he is able to meet that goal, he is going to be approved for weight loss surgery.
Because I give in just for something small, just to tie me over. But most of the time, I'm resistant. I catch myself and decide against it, you know?
It's good to see that Dominic is doing everything possible to make sure that he gets everything going before his next appointment. Every day is a new struggle for him. Given his life in the last bit so far, he does seem to be doing very, very well. Let's just hope and pray that this time around, he gets approved for weight loss surgery.
Just don't give up on me, please.
I never give up on anyone, Dominic. But looking at your situation and where are you now, I think weight loss surgery is the bottom of your list, okay?
This is Serita's story. Imagine how it feels to be scared of walking downstairs in your home because you're terrified you'll fall through the stairs. That's exactly how Serita lives her life. Today, she is scared of falling through her home staircase because she's too heavy. But tomorrow, she could fall through the ground and find herself in a casket. She begins her journey like this.
I don't sleep well at night at all. I'm a night owl. I'm up constantly all night.
She is not lying, though. Her life is essentially an all-you-can-eat buffet of pain. She is so heavy that she is scared of falling through the floor. Her condition is so bad that she cannot stand long enough to have a shower every day. So she just takes a shower every other day.
And I crawl up the stairs because it hurts to go up and down. And so I try not to depend on my family so much because sometimes they enable me a little too much.
At least she has a husband who cares for her. Her husband says he knows that food is a coping mechanism for her and a crutch she uses to deal with her condition, so he indulges her food requests. He may be feeding her to death, and that is the worst thing a man can do to his wife.
Know what you wanted. It's like peace and war. Do I want war or do I want peace? If I give in, I'll have peace. If I don't, it'll be a constant nagging about it.
Food fulfills me.
Well, from the food she eats, we can see why Serita weighs 603 pounds. We all know that Dr. Now has a wicked tongue, but Serita hopes that this tongue does not lash her too much. But her hopes are in vain, because Dr. Now does not spare Serita at all.
When you eat food, do you feel comfort?
I do.
But do you feel guilty afterward?
Yes, I do.
So you have a cycle of going to food for comfort and eating what you know you shouldn't.
Earlier in the episode, Lawrence, Serita's husband, said that he mostly gives her the food she wants so that he can get peace. So, what does Lawrence have to say about the claims that Serita bullies him so that he can feed her?
So, what does he have to say about that? Am I right?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Pretty much. He don't want to argue with you, right?
That's what it is.
That's how it feels.
After the meeting, Dr. Now suggests that Serita lose 60 pounds before she can get surgery. But does Serita lose the weight needed to have that surgery? Does she look like someone who can do it? After 2 months, the results are in. She only lost 12 pounds.
What happened to the diet instruction we gave you? Did you read those papers?
I did.
How many times you read it?
I read it. Actually, I read it a couple times because I was showing.
A couple times. The deal was you read it every night.
Dr. Now gives her such a tongue lashing that she cannot help but cry about her weight and her efforts.
What do you think will be the solution for your problem? You know, instead of being 140, you're not 240, you're not 340, you're not 440, you're not 540.
This means that it is back to the drawing board for Serita, and boy, does she work hard at losing weight. She works so hard that by the time she gets back, old, good tongue-lashing Dr. Now, she's lost an incredible 59 pounds in total.
Well, it looked like you lost a little bit more weight this time.
Yes.
It isn't as much as it should be, but it is a good improvement, so I'm happy about that.
Before you get started, can I have a thing for a souvenir? I like the little jewelry.
Serita knows she has a long way to go, but somehow things got even worse for her. 4 months later, she'd gained 9 pounds instead of losing 25 pounds in 1 month. The horror. And she had such a promising future.
Let's back up a little. Okay, you think your weight isn't mostly about your eating habit?
I feel like I've been doing good with my eating habit.
That's not the question. Just stick with the question. Don't go off.
Okay.
So,
all things considered, that was not the worst tongue lashing we have ever seen from Dr. Now, but it still worked. Serita went to food therapy, did food journaling, and worked out. And by the end of the show, she'd lost a total of 97 pounds and now weighed 506 pounds, making her meet her target.
A hard work that you need to stick with it, okay?
Yes.
All right, so keep up with the therapy and keep up with your healthy eating habit, and we'll see how you're doing next 2 months. If you stay on track, hopefully within a year we get